Alexa, stop. So it's been a while since I posted a video, and I decided today to come and speak on some things. I know people out there, they're waiting on me to post something because they're going through similar stuff or worse. It's not easy. Like, I have days that I called my husband out of boredom. I have days that I miss him and I want to say, hey, come back home. But when I call and then the conversation start going another way, I'm like, well, this is why we weren't together. We ain't together. This is why we're not gonna work. I called today and he's like, who's that in the background? I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. So it's like, if I should say come back or whatever, it's gonna be the same thing over and over. Why am I making a video on this? Is because it's not easy. It's not easy to be lonely, especially in a country that you have nobody, no family, no friend, only a few TikTok people that you don't really know or whatever that you talk to online, and that's it. So out of boredom and loneliness, you're going to want to reach out to that person, even though deep down within you know that it's not healthy, even though deep down within you know that you shouldn't be doing it because, it's going to be a cycle or whatever, but you have to find the strength and the courage to know what is right and what is healthy for you. It's not easy, like I said before. Being alone, especially in an empty apartment by yourself, is like you're going to be depressed. You're going to have your days that you want to reach out to that person. You're going to have your moments where the mind start playing tricks on you. Oh, call him. Oh, let him come back. Listen, at some point in our life, we got to learn to stand still and work by yourself and be your own company, like I said earlier in another video. At some point in our life, we got to learn self-love. A lot of us, we didn't receive it from our parents, and we start searching for it from our earlier age, and from one outbreak to the next, from one disappointment to the next, and that's all we're used to. So when we have somebody that keep hurting us or disrespecting us, we are immune to it. So it's like, okay, that's the norm. And even though we know that it is wrong, we accept it. And even though we pull ourselves out of it, we keep want to go back or push ourselves back because we're so scared of being our own company. We're so scared of being somewhere by yourself. We're even scared of our own self. Like, it is the truth. We are scared of our own self. From the moment we find ourselves being afraid of being alone, that means we're scared of our own self. And that's an issue. We say that we're searching for a love, but really and truly, do we know what is love? Do we really know what is love? Because what is love if you don't have self-love? What is love if you don't know to respect yourself and respect boundaries? What is love really if you can't sit down somewhere for a month or 2 months, 3 months, as long as it takes to heal properly? What is love if we can't just be our own company for a moment and look in the mirror and know that we're beautiful and wonderfully made? Bring ourselves out and date, cook and eat and drink by yourself. What is love if we really and truly cannot do those stuff? You know what? Sometimes we look on our WhatsApp and we see friends posting their boyfriend and we're like, oh my God, I'm a loser, I'm a failure. Look at me, married twice and I don't even have a husband to post. If you're gonna it happened where human being, you all have those moments. What I started to do is I started to delete numbers out of my phone. So I don't have any contact, I don't have anybody's status to go and watch. If I'm gonna look at somebody's status and feel, oh God, they're so happy and look at me miserable, I start deleting numbers. So when I look in my status, there's nothing to look at. It's a healing process, and sometimes we gotta do that. If I'm on TikTok and I'm seeing too much happy couple, I'm happy for them, but if that's gonna hurt me and let me feel less than or feel like I'm a failure, I'm gonna come off it, and it's simple. Yeah. We're gonna look. Sometimes comparison, they said that comparison is a killer of joy. And sometimes when we see somebody is pretending to be happy because we don't know if they're generally happy, we start compare their happiness with your downfall, and it is wrong. So I started to delete numbers. I started to take myself out and put myself to a side over there. Like, okay, then you need your time to work on you. And if doing this gonna let you feel hurt, it doesn't make sense. So as I said, I reach out twice, and every time I reach out, it's like the Lord is showing me why I should stop reaching out. It is not easy. I'm not gonna come on here and I break up, we're separated and act like I just clip my finger and up and like that. No, I have moments that I'm in the apartment and I'm like, oh damn, I miss him. I have days I feel like, damn, I should tell him to come back home and hopefully this time it's gonna be better. But after those moments, I have to stop and realize that, listen, you need self-love, you need self-acceptance. Because if you accept yourself and you love yourself so much, you're not going to accept anything less than. So, people, it's not easy. It's not easy for me. It's not easy for anybody that is going through a divorce or going through a separation or anything like that. But we got to keep firm and learn self-love. Once we conquer that, we will be fine. Anyway, people, bless up.